This blasted place.
Report anything suspicious you find, and we can see about perhaps coming to terms, you and I. Yes, what is it? Good Lord! You mean to say that he's in league with those masked maniacs? An adder in our midst. I'll send someone over immediately. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. It can be tricky to tell right from wrong out here, but you seem to have the right spirit. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio, and now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it, what trick she uses to disable our machines. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section too, all the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned, one hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Yes, what is it? There's been a what? Sergeant, take a squad to the church at once. And the culprit? I trust that will be more conducive to a time. In the meantime, such belief, and if you still... The civilian, we can sniff around. If you want, I could. That what? So no. Yes. Good Lord. You mean to say that I'll say no? You've done the with that to me. She's but my I serious. But I hope I'm. Yeah? Is that so? I wasn't expecting you to come up empty-handed, I must admit. Very well. You'll just have to keep sniffing elsewhere. Every one of these villages has something to hide, I'm sure of it. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Just paint the boundary wall institutional green and call this whole country a... Not sure about you. Let's not have any trouble.
Citizens of Wyndham, we cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
I don't know why the locals act like that. We're protecting them, the bloody ungrateful swine.
Watch yourself, civvy.
You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you bullet. You have been warned.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned it avoids confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets a face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Protocol now, that's what we go by. Well, this region you're in is our land for a start. We took over an old RAF place. Good and secure. We see off any threats from there. Take warning now. Outlaws have tried it on in the past. And it's made the patrols here in Skedamore a bit trigger happy. If your plans to wander about, be careful. Soldiers won't tell you from the next bugger, and they'll shoot before they ask. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. There I am. One of the heroic squaddies sent to sort out this whole palaver. You can see how well that turned out. Soldiering ain't so noble around here anymore. Not in a place like this. So I just make life a bit more bearable for people. Bit of buying and selling never hurt no one, did it? Well, that's all hush-hush, as you can imagine. Something odd came out with the government projects here, and anything that doesn't look right, well, Captain has us burn it to cinders. There's this stuff you see, and I should stop talking. Captain has had me eyes if he knew. You'd understand. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be all right. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commander's RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. Pleasure doing business with you. Word to the wise, everyone trades with old Bootsy, so there's always new things in stock. Come back and see anytime. You got to be careful being so nosy around here. Look, I don't know much, but whatever the boffins are working on over at the atom plant, talk is it infected the soil. Strange growths sprout up now and again. That's when the special detachment gets its orders to go and torch the stuff. But you let us protocol not worry about that, eh? It's our job to protect this place after all, and the captain's proper serious about it. See you around, chum.
This is a defense announcement. Remember, fraternization with the civilian population is discouraged. Good discipline requires respect, not friendship.
To law the outlaws up here, set up a nice crossfire with a couple of friends, bang, bang, problem solved.
Orders be blown.
This is a defense announcement. From today, watch Rota. Immediately. disciplinary offense. All guards are reminded that any disciplinary meetings must be reported either on an A27 form before the event or an A27B after the event. Make a special note of subject, severity, and duration.
Don't be causing trouble, all right?
All prisoners are reminded that the guards are permitted to use lethal force against escapees. Due to ammunition usage restrictions, this usually means being bayoneted. Ask yourself, is trying to dodge justice worth the bayonet in the...
Keep the peace, Civvy.
You there! Come here. Who are you then? You don't look like any sort of guard. Well then, my reputation precedes me. Are you here to free me? You'd better be. I might be the only person who can resolve this whole dreadful mess. Ye gods! That man! He doesn't give up, does he? Look, I don't care what information you take back to him. The man's a narrow-minded fool. He'll never understand this place. I, on the other hand, well, not to boast, but I built it. I'm a far more useful ally to have in this neck of the woods than the captain can ever aspire to. Look, just agree to get me out of this wretched cell, and I'll give you whatever you want. I had a particular device with me, a signal redirector. The device allows me to remotely alter the polarity of power signals, especially useful for bypassing old security systems. Those buffoons. A very charitable term considering they've accused me of muttering incantations like a fairy tale witch. Those buffoons who confiscated the device thought it was a broken radio. The signal redirector itself is probably being kept in their security office nearby, so have a hunt around. Once you have it, there's an old control room near here that the soldiers have been unable to unlock. Use the device to redirect power to that control room, and you will be able to get inside. From there, you should be able to open the cell doors.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the back. Let it be blown.
After the event, make a special note of subject, severity, and duration. Prisoners are reminded that guards are permitted to use lethal force against escapees. Due to ammunition usage restrictions, this usually means being bayoneted. Ask yourself, is trying to dodge justice worth a bayonet in the ribs? Prisoners. Alert! Prisoner containment failure in progress. All guards report to the armory.
You what?
I see you. You're not going nowhere.
Weapon down now. Stop your mittering. You've had it. Remember your training.
Proper buggers you are.
Prisoner control. All guards report to the armory.
You'll be dead soon enough.
Best to have a look for him.
You'll die for this. Yeah, they've had it. Come on, you lot. Take the point to them. Leave off. Trespasser.
It's over for you. You scupper.
Hey, you wait up.
There has been a Class 4 security breach at the detention facility. All escaped detainees should be tracked and contained using any means necessary.
Oi, what made that noise?
Sure it came from this way. You...
Alert! A containment breach has been reported at the detention.
Someone kill the bastard. Scum. Watch out, bomb left.
Go. We just gotta tell it. Hey, you wait up.
Alert! A containment breach has been reported at the detention facility.
Don't know the password, do you? Ah, don't you touch me.
Who's there? I'm firing. Oi, heads up!
Be aware of who your friends are. Be wary of what you let out. Dr. Garrow is not honest. Dr. Garrow is responsible for much. Beware.
Attention! Prisoner Garrow has escaped from the detention facility. All citizens should be on the lookout for this dangerous malefactor. Be vigilant. Attention! There has been an incident at the detention center. Report... Any unusual strangers to protocol forces in need?
I wondered if you'd have the gall to show your face again. I've just had a runner tell me of some commotion at the prison. Dr. Garrow has escaped. Our radio is currently out of commission, so I don't have the full gen yet. But perhaps you can enlighten me. It's quite the coincidence that I provide you with the pass, and the next thing I know, the prison is in uproar, with Garrow on the wing. Explain yourself. Are you in league with Garrow? Was our agreement just an opportunity for you to free her? Is that it? Well, you're honest, if stupid. Guards, deal with this damned fool.
Attention! There has been an incident at the detention center.
I wondered if you'd have the gall to I've just docked on, but But you must see how damning the timing of all this is. Coincidences happen, but I'm inclined to distrust one this unlikely. And to think I was the bloody fool who let you in there. Really? Do you still claim that you had nothing to do with it? No, I admit that would have been a bold decision. Bold, verging on suicidal. Very well. I suppose the balance of probabilities is that you're telling the truth. I only hope you at least managed to get something useful out of her before she fled. What did you learn? How did Garrow manage to disable our security? Peculiar indeed, but magic? Really? That I doubt. Far more likely Garrow pulled the wool over your eyes with her usual nonsense. You would hardly be the first to fall for her smoke and mirrors. Very well, you did what you could. I can't hide my disappointment. But circumstances require me to place a little more faith in you yet. The fates of my force and yours are bound together. You realize that? Help us, and we will help you. Remember that. And in any case, something more pressing has occurred in your absence. It seems some of the villagers are unhappy with our recent enforcements of martial law and have allied themselves with the savages in the woods. The swine broke in here and stole several items. Most importantly, part of our radio set. Reparations for injustice, they called it. I have no doubt that they intend to make a gift of them to those so-called druids as some sort of offering. That shower of feeble-witted maniacs thinks that anything scientific must be returned to the soil. As if radios are some form of root vegetable, apparently. But what they took is critical and highly sensitive. If I may be frank, I have concerns that some of my men have gone a little native, if you take my meaning. They may not be entirely immune to the blandishments of these self-proclaimed druids. You, on the other hand, you haven't had a chance to weaken. You'll stay true to the mission. And should the druids capture you, well, they'll see that you're not from the village, so shouldn't provoke a revenge attack here. Listen, I have an escape plan. You've helped me, and I'm willing to reciprocate it by bringing you along when we leave. But it's all for nothing if we don't have the radio to send a signal requesting extraction. Once the interference field is cleared. If these druids have our radio equipment, I can make a good educated guess as to where they'll have salted it away. I'll mark the spot on your map for you. I cannot emphasize how vital repairing our radio is. Anything else you find there? Well, that can remain buried as far as I'm concerned. Excellent. Good luck. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?